Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Pendragon. And we're still in the first epoch. Nobody fulfills its winning conditions at the moment. Maybe the Civitatis player is doing best. Saxon player is also not doing terribly well. Actually, yes, they are. Civitatis player is maybe doing best, but their main problem is we still have military dominance, and they need civilian dominance to win the game. Apart from that, they need only control over 2 more population, but still the civilian dominance is definitely an issue here, because to get that, they need 10 more wealth than the Dux has prestige, and yeah, I have my doubts that they can get there during this epoch. I made a few mistakes, a viewer pointed them out, but I think I managed to fix them. First of all, when the Dux passes during Roman rule and autonomy, the resources go to the Civitatis player. I'm not sure if that's also the case during civilian dominance during autonomy. I might check that later, but definitely during the stage in which we are now. The other thing is, when the Civitatis did a trade action, they should gain 1 resource per town, and I gave them 1 resource per hill fort, I think. I'm not so sure about that, but at least that's what the guy said on my video. Anyway, I kind of fixed that too. I added a few resources here, so I guess that's actually what the Civitatis now have. Okay, the reason, by the way, that I mixed this up is in my first game I used the darker tokens for the towns and the lighter one for the hill forts. So now every time I look at that, I kind of think it's this way, but I gotta keep that in mind. Okay, so let's continue here. I might try to do things a little faster. And just one important thing I want to point that out. This ocean is now patrolled, so if the Scots want to do now an attack or a raid, it's going to be harder for them than before. They have to subtract 2 because we have 2 fortresses here near the coast. So that is a massive disadvantage because of this, the Irish shore card. Yeah, the Irish sea defense. Okay, so let's do the next card. And right now, let's see. Wow. It's interesting, we have 2 good cards here. Free raid in 1 region, then free return from here. I think the black player, he might want to do that event. Although the problem is, if I do that, I cannot combine the return with a saddle action or a saddle feat. And that's definitely something I want to do. So, I think my main idea is I want to get a foothold in here. So I want to destroy that hill fort and I want to take away the Britain control there, and then I want to do a settlement, and yeah, try to get a few warbands there. But to do that, I think I need more guys. So I'm going to do another raid with the Saxon player, and yeah, let me see. So yeah, we want to do a raid in these three areas here with the white pawns, there, and down here. We have this special pivotal card here, and it would be pretty cool. Would it? Well, actually that's not so great. That's not so cool. Let's see. I wonder if I should do a surprise here. Maybe try to get rid of this fortress with a coup de main. Let me see how many guys can be inside a fortress. Only 2. Meh, it's pretty hard then. I think I want to do a ravage action instead down here. And do... Well then again, ravage would allow the Romans to attack us. Anyway, I'm going to do a... No, I'm not going to do an extra action at all. I'm just going to do a command. And that's all. So, let me see, how much do I have to pay? I guess 2 per space. Shit, I don't even have that much money. So that means I'm going to roll only 2 dice down here and 3 dice here and there. Okay, so seems like I don't have any money left now. Yeah, okay. So we start here. Okay, that's 7. That should be definitely enough to destroy the hill fort. 2. Oh no, actually it's only 5 because 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 actually, but it's still enough. Then, well, damn, it makes not a lot of sense. Okay, let's send in there 2 guys. Well, at least that's pretty good actually. Still 3. I was lucky here, so that gives me then 2 loot. Yeah. Okay, and up there I'm gonna go in with 3 people. Or not with 3 people, fuck. Only 2 guys. That's not that great, but still at least I can get the loot. So that's at least something. Okay, fine. Then we're gonna attack this hill fort here. And yeah, that looks pretty good. I think there's only 1 guy in there. Yeah, only 1 garrison. And they only have half a defense value, so that means one of my guys dies, and then another one dies, and the hill fort is actually destroyed. Very cool. And now we can remove the control here, and they lose 2 more. Okay, and I think, yeah, there we go. Nice. So now maybe it's the Scots, but maybe they want to go for this card and pass. Let me just check that. Okay, the Scotty passed on this one. They are first now in the next one, and that allows them to do a full event. Though I'm not sure if I actually want to do one. Let me see. I might though. Rate. Huh. I could move in here with a surprise. Try to attack that town. Let me see. Or I make it here. Hard to tell. Well, first of all, I need another. I can do a raid here. Yeah. I know, it's hard to tell. I mean, I could also try it here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. Gonna do a raid here. One here, and one up there. And I wonder if I should go in with a surprise somewhere. Maybe it's a good idea to do that. Makes it easier to take out a town or a hill fort. So yeah, I think I want to go in with a surprise here. I could try a coup de main then. So yeah, let's see what we get. We can roll, I think, only 2 dice, which is pretty bad. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna pay $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna try 2 dice. Problem is we have to subtract 2. And yeah, that's obviously pretty bad. So gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna start up there. Okay, 3 guys in there. I basically did that to be able to maybe place a settlement there with a return action. I need a few raiders there to get some war bands there, because I have to replace 2 war bands with a settlement, and I don't want to leave that completely unprotected. Then we have here in Domnonii. Okay, that's also 3 guys. That's not so bad. That allows me to take that last token here, and then I can try to attack Isca Domnoniorum, and I think I can take these guys out. And the Britons will then lose control over Domnonii too. Silures. Well, okay, also okay. 3. We're rolling okay here. I guess it's not enough to take the city, but if we're lucky and we can do the coup de main, we might be able. Because there is nobody there to defend the city. And finally, we said, where did we say? Yeah, here in Demeter. Wow, okay, 4. So I guess we were kind of lucky here. But an attack here is going to be pretty rough, I think. So we're allowed to take one guy. And, well, now let's see. I want to try here my surprise first. So I do the coup de main. And I think actually as long as I roll a 1 to 5, I will take that city. Let me see. Okay, roll 1d6 if the roll is less than or equal to 1 plus that stronghold's capacity less units withdrawn inside it. It's a town, which means it has a capacity of 4. Nobody is in there. I add 1, so it's a 5. So as long as I don't roll a 6, I can take out that city. Or that town. That's a 4, very good. So this town goes away. Control goes away. And that is pretty awesome, because that makes it also not so easy for the, a sweep is not possible anymore. So yeah, we might find also a base down there now. In addition, because we managed to destroy a town, we will get 3 of these plunder markers here. And actually I forgot to adjust the total prosperity. So I think I took everywhere 1, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, and they lose 1 control. Here, fuck that. That was actually the other way around, but shit. Okay, that means I can only take 2 prosperity here, and the other one is lost. Okay, and so I'm gonna do an attack against that town here. So there are 2 guys in there. Can I do it? Actually, I think I still don't have enough people to do it. That sucks. Shit. So let me see. Yeah, I probably can't do it. Because, let me see. Somewhere is a table here. That should indicate that. So it's a town with nobody in. Town. Well, 5 people should be actually enough. So I guess it should work out. Okay, let's see. So, what's the garrison of a town? It's 2, isn't it? Yeah, okay. See, okay, it has only half a defense. I didn't remember that. So we will lose 2 guys. Okay. Then, yeah, it does 2 damage to me. And I can destroy them. Very good. Sadly, I don't get any loot or so. But still, Britain's lost control here. And yeah, they're getting more and more trouble. So then here, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Do I want to try a battle here or not? I have my doubts that this makes a lot of sense. Well, I don't think so. I don't think I want to try it here. It's just too strong, I guess. And up there, everything is already destroyed. It's just a wasteland. But still, overall, I think that was quite a good roll, a good raid for the Scots. So that was their command plus feat, and now the Civitates. In a region with Britain control, replace all federati of one nation and color, strongholds with hill forts and troops, with comitates and or militia. Well, I already checked the rules. You're not allowed to use comitates as long as they are not in play. So I only can use militia. And, well, I could do it, I think, here. Do I want to? Well, I have quite a few guys sitting out there. Okay, actually, I forgot to reveal the next card. So that might be an issue here. But the Saxons are first anyway. Okay, I guess what the Civitates wants to do is... Well, considering that they can actually only do a limited command, I think they might even consider passing. Tch. They could muster, bring a few guys in there to prevent that city from falling, or that hill fort from falling. That might be an option. Yeah, okay, I guess I want to do that. Costs me 2 resources. Place 1 militia per town and hill fort, plus 1 per population. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. Okay, I think I want to do that. I don't want to lose this area too against the Scots. So yeah, I think I want to place there simply 2 of these guys, of the militia. Don't know how good that is, but cost me 2 resources. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we come to the next card. Let's see what we got. That's interesting. The effects of these 2 cards are actually completely identical. In one region with Britain control, replace all federati of one nation and color, strongholds with hill forts and troops with comitates and or militia. And the other text is exactly the same too. The only difference is here a little bit when it comes to the player order. Yeah. Okay, so I guess now the Saxons will do a return action. They are first, so they're going to play as an event, and they combine that with a saddle action. Now let's see how that works. I'm not sure, yeah, we did that once, I guess. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna, we can basically do this in as many spaces as we want. So I'm gonna do it here. Yeah, here, and damn it. We don't have any money, so it is pretty important that we do that. Okay. And then we're gonna do saddle, and we need the money from the raid to actually do a full saddle, I think. We'll see about that. I'm not sure, though. We will see. Okay, so first... wait a minute. Damn it. I don't even know if it's possible that way. Roll 1d6 for each such raider. 4 to 6, place a Saxon warband in the selected space. Then, if desires, pay 3 renown to place 1 Saxon warband per settlement, plus, if Saxon control 1 per population. Shit. Okay, I think I'm just gonna move back for now. And then I can still... Yeah, I can still do... pay the money next time. So I'm gonna do the settlement here. Maybe I can add some warbands there. So for each guy we roll a 4 to 6. Okay, so let's see, let's do that now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 raiders there. So let's see, I need another die. Where's the 4th die? Anyway, I'm gonna roll these 3. That sucked. Okay, we have 3 more dice to roll. Well, great. Just 1 success. That was horrible. That was really painful. So that gives us 1 warband in here, but of course this is bullshit. Okay. That was really poor. Anyway, we get $4 out of this. That's a start. We definitely need renown. So all these go away. Here we get $2. Two more here. And 2 more here. Okay, not so bad. We just earned us 10 renown. Oh, actually there are more here. Yeah, why not? Let's take these guys. 2, so that's even 2 additional ones. Okay, great. Yeah, well, that was unlucky here. That was really fucked up. So I think we got to go through this whole process again to add additional guys there. Well, okay. So the Romans will play this event here, feeding the ravens. And this event's title draws from the powerful imagery of the epic North Welsh poem Y Gododdin, the masterpiece of the Prince of Bards Aneurin. War in this period, where the numbers engaged were typically small, depended heavily on cunning, surprise, and bravery. Launching an attack outside of the campaigning season was difficult to pull off, but could reap huge rewards, as the enemy would typically be caught unprepared. Assault of fortified positions was always a very bloody affair, often decided by the exploits of a small group of warriors demonstrating uncommon courage and disregard for their own safety to secure a foothold on the walls. Okay, so we do a winter campaign. The Romans do a winter campaign, pay double to march to one region, battle there if any marching units arrived. In the field battle, strike during trap and no enemy evade. I wonder why marching units cannot arrive. Maybe they just want to show that you cannot use that in an area where you already have units and nobody moved in. Okay, so the idea is now, how much is March? I think it's 2, isn't it? 2 per origin space, I think. Exactly. So that means I got to pay 4, but I'm going to pay, of course, with the Civitatis resources. 1, 2, 3, 4. And, well, I wasn't sure if I want to go here to Ikeni and throw out this sucker here. But I think I prefer it actually here in the north. Novante, that's pretty amazing. So I'm going to move in there with my 3 calf. And I'm going to take with me 1 Federati marker. And I think that should actually be enough to kill every Scottish guy in there. That's pretty horrible for them. They took a lot of effort to bring these guys up there, but now it seems they're just host. So we can actually attack during the trap space, which is the first space of the battle, first step of the battle. So that means they don't have the option to fight back. And yeah, we do exactly 4 damage. So we kill these 2. They are both worth 1 point. The raiders are only worth half a point. No, but they are not allowed to evade. So that means all these guys are killed. And that is quite a blowback for the Scots, actually. That's really sucks for them. They also lose their money, and yeah, actually I think I'm gonna keep that money, place it here. I can take half of them. I think it's rounded down, but I'm not absolutely positive about that. I'm gonna check that. And well, if it's rounded down, I could as well place prosperity here if it's only 1. Hard to tell. Maybe I prefer to place prosperity there, but I'm gonna check it. If I can take 2, I'm gonna place one of my dudes. If it's only 1, I'm gonna give it back to the province. Although I think it has to be a controlled province, so in the end I can't even do it anyway. Well, actually I think it doesn't have to be under Britain control. So I'm gonna bring it back here. Gives me 1 more prosperity. And also my prestige goes up. Oh, that's another point here. And there we go. And yeah, that's pretty painful for the Scots. So they might focus here possibly on the southwest more than on the northern areas. Okay, so that was an event, and then it's the yeah, either the Scots or probably the Scots will simply try another raid. I think. Well, that's first. That's an interesting event for the Scots. What? Reduce Scotty raids by minus radar each space after patrol. What the fuck, man? Well, I'm not sure that's a misprint, but the playbook says 1 additional radar is removed. I guess it should say -1 radar or minus, I don't know, I think. But anyway, I mean, yeah, okay. 1 additional radar would be removed. So that's definitely something I don't want to allow as a Scottish player. So I want to play this event myself and take the shaded effect here. Therefore, I will pass, which gives me $1. And now Civitatis could do a command and an event, and I'm pretty sure they want to do that. And I guess they're gonna trade. They want to accumulate wealth. And at the moment they're far from doing that. So I think definitely trading will be necessary. So I get as much money as I have towns, basically, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah. Okay, so that gives me then 10 bucks. So now up to 32. And then I can use the rule action. Yeah. Okay. Kivitati accumulated some wealth here. And now we come to our first epoch card. It says cutting the ties. And that means now that this event card, when we flip this card, this event card goes actually back here. It becomes the first new card, and the epoch card is played instantaneously. So that's a little bit different to the other games. And we can see here there are some early epoch cards and some late epoch cards. And they also come with a specific event. So this whole epoch round is going to be now a little bit different to many other coin games. So first we start with the Annona. First Dux, then Civitatis faction may pay resources to place plunder 1-for-1 on any Federati troop, red or blue. Then in each space with any Federati troop on a given nation. So basically, if we don't pay these suckers, they will run away and they make trouble. And they will also plunder the area. But I want to pay them, it's not that bad. I basically only have these two, I think. Yeah. No one else is there. I don't have to pay for the fortress, so I'm going to pay these two guys, and I'm going to remove $2 here, and I can also pay with the Britain resources, and that gives then 2 additional resources or renown to the green player. Okay, so that was that. Then we're going to go through the Imperium track, and we're going to do the hoarding. Okay, Civitatis may transfer Britain resources up to half the number of towns to wealth. Well, actually it could. Let's see, we have 10 towns, so they can transfer 5 resources. And actually that's what they want to do. So it's on a 1-to-1. Yeah, okay. So they end up now with 11 wealth. Okay. Now if Britain control 21 to 30, that's not the case. Plus prestige, 31. Prestige, wait a minute. Total prosperity plus prestige, 31 to 55. Well, that would actually be the case. If Britain control 21 to 30, that's not the case. We control more than that. But total prosperity plus prestige is only at 51, I guess. So that means, I think, that now it is shifted to autonomy. I'm pretty sure that's the case here. The total prosperity should be 48. I just counted that. So that means this now goes to autonomy. Okay. And that changes things, because now the victory conditions for the Civitatis and the military are different ones, or are new ones. Now for the Dux, it's already enough to be above 60. Earlier they had to be above 76. Now 60 is fine. And Civitatis wants now control more than 29 instead of, what the heck was that? No, more than 27 instead of 36. So Civitatis would now fulfill actually the victory requirements. And the interesting thing is, if they had 2 more wealth, I think then they might have won the game by now. But I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Let's continue. Okay, no. Because now we have to divide prestige and wealth by 2. If any shift occurred down from Roman rule or autonomy, divide prestige and wealth by 2. Round up. Okay, so that means this goes down to 6 and that goes down to 2. Okay, and now if wealth minus prestige greater 10 or equal to 10, we would now have civilian dominance. And if that would be the case, then at this point the Civitatis would have won, because we control more spaces than 27. Although I gotta check it, but I'm pretty sure I won't be wrong. So many numbers here. And we could have had civil dominance, but at the moment it's still military dominance here. Okay, now we got to resolve the epoch event, cutting the ties. That's event number AT. Let's see where we are. Okay. The usurper Constantine III had stripped Britain of troops to counter the invasion of Gaul by the Vandals, Alans, Burgundians and Sueves, and to set himself up as emperor. In the 2 years that followed, the island of Britain suffered particularly devastating Saxon raids, generating renewed discontent with imperial rule, as even the emperor hailed in Britain had been sucked into a running civil war in Hispania, Italy, and southern Gaul, rather than bringing security to Britain. Consequently, local Romano-British authorities, soon imitated by some of their Gallo-Roman counterparts, expelled Constantine III's magistrates and assumed direct responsibility for their administration and defense. There is some doubt over the reality of this story. Historians have suggested that its main source, the Byzantine historian Zosimus, who was writing about a century after the events, may have been referring instead to a rebellion of Breton Bacaudae, peasant insurgents in Armorica at that time, or even positing a copyist error to some events in Bruttium, at the southern tip of Italy, since the mention occurs in the middle of a discussion of events in southern Italy. However, the essence of Zosimus' account is confirmed by Gildas' narrative. Regardless of the dazzling succession of usurpations in the Roman army in Britain prior to Constantine III's adventure, as well as subsequent events, show that the island's military and certainly civilian elites were becoming very restive with central imperial rule, so that such a move to cut the ties with Rome would have certainly been supported by many of them. Okay. Now let's see what that means. Britain expel Roman magistrates. Civitatis may shift to civilian dominance, or, if already there, to autonomy in order to place 10 militia total in Britain-controlled regions. Holy crap. Civitatis may add from wealth. Roll 1d6. What does that mean? Oh, then Dux pays 0 or more resources. Civitatis may add from wealth. Roll 1d6 per 7 cavalry on map, round up. Dux removes cavalry to available equal to rolled total less amount paid. Okay, now if I understand that right, the Civitatis could still remain with the Romans, but of course that's not, I'm pretty sure that's not in their interest. So they definitely want to move this to autonomy. However, they might be interested in keeping British cavalry on the board. The Dukes can't pay anything, and the cavalry could, they could help them defending against the raids. But if we do that, and we spend our wealth there, then in the next epoch card, there is a chance that this goes back to military dominance, and then we won't win. So it's an interesting decision, actually. Okay, so first I placed now all my militia on the board. You can see there are quite a few now there, especially here in this area and also up here. Not so many here in the center, but still. I wanted to protect my cities also against Roman attacks. So where the Romans had one, for example, and my city was unprotected, or I had only one, I dropped one guy there. And also this very rich province here, Catuvellaumi, try to protect that one. This one here, that was my idea. And the thing is, at the moment, I don't see too much danger coming from the raids, actually. The Saxons, all they have is that single guy in here, and these are all patrolled, so raids from the Saxons, I don't know how dangerous they really are. And the Scots are in a lot of trouble anyway because of the patrols here. And in the area where they are doing fine, I lost control anyway. So I feel like, hey, maybe it's not so terribly bad if some of the Roman cav goes away, because these guys, they seem kind of dangerous, right? The interesting thing is, from now on, when there is autonomy and civilian dominance, the Romans can no longer simply take money from me. They have to ask. I could give them money, but I don't have to. At the moment, I definitely have the feeling that the Roman is the most powerful faction apart from me. The barbarians are not in a very good shape. And I'm not too far from winning. Actually, I fulfill my victory requirements at the moment. So I'm afraid that the Romans might actually attack me. Simply, I'm not even sure to do exactly what. Probably to, it's hard. What do they actually want to do? It's hard to say. I mean, they want to gain military dominance back. How can they do that? Well, they want to gain prestige. They won't gain prestige by attacking me. So it's an interesting question. Can they... Well, maybe they could do retaliate actions or something. But at the moment, we are not enemies. So they could do the requisition, transfer one for each of up to 6 spaces with Civitate strongholds, transfer 1 Britain resource or 1 wealth of Britain resources at 0 plus all plunder. That all doesn't really... It's really hard to bring down wealth. So the only way I could try to come back into into military dominance is basically by gaining prestige. The only way to gain prestige, from what I understand, is fighting barbarians. So if I kill or if I send away lots of Roman cav, it's gonna make that much harder. In addition, if I'm not willing to allow them to maintain the streets, it's gonna be even more harder. So maybe that's what I want to do. Yeah. So I'm not going to give them any money. That means we got to roll 3 dice, 3 6-siders, and that's the number of cavalry units the Romans have to remove. Okay, that's quite a bit. So we're talking here 6. It's exactly 10. So yeah, that's a lot. That's half the units they have on the board they have to remove. Holy shit. Okay, well, that was painful as hell. As you can see, much less troops remaining here. It was very hard for me to somehow make choices here. So yeah, I mean, that was so bad. Okay, so it seems now that, yeah, so this card is played now, goes away. That was the epoch event. Now let's continue this thing. Now we go to the revenue. Okay, there is no military dominance. Civitatis. Add Britain resources equal to prosperity under Britain control plus total towns. Okay, so prosperity is 48. Now let's see, we have to subtract 1. So that makes it 47. Okay. I guess that's actually it. Everything else is under Britain control, I think. Yeah, so that's, and the towns, right? So that's 10. So that would be 57 that we can add. That's pretty insane. Yeah. Okay, so that is 57. Holy shit. That brings us actually to, let's see. Yeah, that brings us here to the maximum, 80. That's all we can get. And crazy shit. Imperial taxation only under Roman rule. That's not the case. At Saxon renown equal to prosperity under Saxon control. That's nothing. Scotties also don't control anything. Nothing. So now the upkeep. Convert all plunder carried by dukes to dukes resources 1 for 1. Okay, we have here 2 plunder. That gives me $2. My first $2 actually. Civitatis. Each 4 pay either 1 resource or remove to available. Wow, baby, that sucks. Okay, I think though here the Civitatis will give me the money because it is in their interest to keep the rates to keep the rates, well, not too successful. So therefore they want the fortresses. Maybe not that one though, but then again we would lose control over one area, and that's also not on the interest of the Civitatis. So I guess they are actually going to pay for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that so? Yeah, okay. So they're going to pay $8 here to keep the fortresses in play. And now, big question is, do we want to maintain the roads or not? If we don't do it now, they will be permanently not be maintained. So there is no way to do it later in the game. This is the only time we can decide it. If we do it now, we have to pay $10 for that. So obviously I cannot afford that. Civitatis could, but that would make the Romans... That would leave them very quick, and they will have the option to fight everywhere the raiders and gain prestige that way. So I think I don't want to do that. And that might be a mistake. I'm not sure. I haven't played the game too often. I don't know how much it is actually in the interest of the Civitatis to keep the Romans in a good shape. But I think I don't want to do that. And therefore, yeah, roads are no longer maintained here. Relocate all cavalry to, and if desired, among forts. Then relocate all Red Federati to Red Federati settlements of the barbarian nation. Okay, so that means this guy goes back here. And then I want to relocate maybe a few guys. This guy has to go somewhere else. And that guy too. Yeah, okay. I guess, well, good question. Where do I want to place these guys? Do I want to move down here? I don't know. I think I might actually go here. And maybe even here. It's hard to tell. Or maybe I don't know, man. I guess I want to move in there. Okay. So, well, maybe I want to relocate a little bit. I could bring another guy down here. So I can fight here. That all costs money. Shit. The Romans are in a terrible shape right now. At least that's my feeling. Okay. Okay, that's it. Civitatis. Remove 1 in 3 militia to available. We got to round down. I might have thought about that a little earlier actually. That was pretty stupid. I placed these guys exactly like that. So we got to remove 4. They go back. Okay. What? Okay, discard half. Okay, relocate all militia from spaces without town or hill fort to nearest town or hill fort. So let's see. Okay, so there was no effect. Now the Saxons and then the Scotti, they will return with all spaces where they have plunder. So the Scotty don't have that. No, the Saxons don't have that. Scotty have one plunder here. And they have to remove these guys. It kind of sucks, actually. But it's mandatory. That gives them a buck. And these guys here, I think there were 4, although I'm not absolutely positive. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that goes away. Finally, these raiders go also away, so they have a lot of money now. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, each region with any control add prosperity equal to population. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. Nothing was added concerning prosperity here, because all the ones under Britain control already have their maximum prosperity. We're not allowed to add prosperity into the top row because it's no Roman rule. And in here, there can also be only prosperity if the area has additional population. So, from how I understand it, the ones that have prosperity in the top row, they keep that, they don't lose it at the moment, but the other ones don't get additional ones. So that's, yeah. So the prosperity remains the way it is. And that's it then. Now all these guys become eligible again. And now actually this here is the next card we're going to play. And we're going to start the next epoch now. But that's definitely now time to load it up. I think it's gone far too long. So yeah, it seems like the Romans are in a very, very bad situation now. Simply because they don't have any money, right? I mean, apart from the fact that they don't have troops, okay, that's pretty bad already. They don't have the infrastructure to move fast anymore, and they don't have the money to pay for operations. And it's also not that easy for them to get money. So therefore, I gotta be honest, I don't really know how to play these guys anymore. It seems that they are at the moment pretty much stuck where they are and can't do a lot. The raiders are also not in a very good condition, it seems. However, we have some pivotal events here that might be played right now. Divide prestige by 4, then Imperium to fragmentation at +10 resources. Wow. This Coal Hain, that's an interesting option. I mean, it's pretty brutal. But we need 5 prestige to play that. So it's a tough thing, but it would give us resources and yeah, who knows? I mean, the victory conditions would also change. I would go here, control plus prestige. That would change the thing quite a bit. So maybe we could be interested in playing this card. I'm not sure though. And maybe the blue player made a pretty big mistake here. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Because if this is about control, then it's definitely an advantage for the blue player if there is as little cavalry on the board as possible. yeah, the Raiders are not in a good shape, and it seems like the Blue player is at the moment very much in control of the game. So, yeah, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.